Welcome back to another episode of Junk Mail Tuesday. It's that time, ladies and gentlemen, and we have we got a load of questions to get to. Ah, got my Gatorade. I'm ready to go. We got like 10 questions. Well, we got 10 different people that ask questions. Some of these people have like two or three questions in them. So, we got quite a bit we're going to go through. Real quickly before we get to these, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to hang out with me live on Twitch, I'm on twitch.tv/Anthony Streams. That's twitch.tv/Anthony Streams. Two Z's instead of one. Also, if you want to leave a comment, excuse me. Whoa, hold on. Low your roll. If you if you want to leave a question for next week's Junk Mail Tuesday, make sure you put it down in the comments below, and I'll make sure I get it in there. But I'm going solo today. No Pink Radiohead, sadly. But she's out enjoying a vacation, so that's dope. She'll be out on vacation, and it looks like she's having a great time from what I've seen on her socials. So shout out to her. Hope she gets back safe and sound. She may actually be already back, but we'll see what she's got going on next week and see if we can get her in here. Let me just pull up my list of questions, and we will begin. Let's start with Delantre. Delantre wants to know, what games do you think of when you think of white male, Monster Energy drink, pizza, punch holes in a drywall? Okay. Oh, all right. Thank you. Thank you for that, Delantre. Right off the bat, number one, Call of Duty. I can rank the first two. I can't rank the rest of this list. It'd just be impossible. Right off the bat, number one, Call of Duty. Number two, Halo. Matter of fact, throw Xbox as a console in there. The whole Xbox console is very white guy, Monster Energy drink, punch holes in walls vibe. Like, it's just, that's what I think of when I think of Xbox. Hmm. Yeah. Call of Duty and Halo 1000%. Call of Duty actually, um, you can actually throw in the racial slurs that's happening on the Call of Duties. Call of Duty's got a little base. They're out. They're out and about. They're there. It's you're looking for that good stuff. It's on it's on the Call of Duties. What do we got? So I said Call of Duty, number one. Number two, I got Halo. Number three. Well, no, I'm not gonna rank the rest of these in any specific order, but I'll just see what else I can throw out there. It's got to be Doom. Anything Doom, right? I've only played Eternal. It gives me those vibes. Doom Eternal, great game, and I'm not shitting on these games, except for Call of Duty. I hate Call of Duty, but like Doom Eternal is a lot of fun. It's a great game. It's just that's who I think of when I think of somebody playing it. Let me think. What else? What else? What else? What else gives those vibes? Ooh, what else? Almost anything almost anything online shooter war shit reminds me of some of that. Almost anything with like, for whatever reason, anything that involves like hell, Satan, and guns. All those games. Do I want to put Diablo? I don't want to talk bad about Diablo now. I love Diablo. I love some Diablo, but maybe Diablo's on that list. Anything with hell, any kind of demonic symbols or anything like that. there's a white guy with a Monster Energy drink who punches walls. Yeah, we're gonna throw Diablo in there. Uh, what else? What else? There's probably a lot of them that I'm missing. Most of them being Xbox games. Um, there you go. Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good solid list, right? Your Call of Duties, your Dooms, your Diablos. Uh, I'm trying to think. I've been playing a lot of Twisted Metal. I don't. Maybe Twisted Metal. I feel like it's a reach. I kind of feel like Twisted Metal's a reach. I'm confident with the answers I said. I'm confident. I'm confident as in somebody who has no no real life experience with this. None of my white friends are Monster Energy drink people who punch holes in walls because of certain games, but just off of yeah. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'm happy with those. Ah. Delantre, thank you. It's been a minute since you sent in a question. Thanks for your question. That was a fucked up question. Let's jump over to a new, what do we call them? Emailer. There we go. Even though they didn't send an email. Cody here wants to know: have you ever lost a friendship over a video game or a video game opinion? Okay, not over a video game opinion because none of my IRL friends growing up were like nobody cared that deep about video games really to argue anything. So like I didn't have any friends who played like Final Fantasy, or there was no argument about, oh, what's the greatest Final Fantasy. Like all my friends played like Call of Duties and sports games, and they're still like that today. I will say, so not over a video game opinion. I could tell my friends Legend Dragoon is the greatest game that ever existed, and they'd be like, oh yeah, cool. They would have no clue or nothing to argue it with because they just play 2K, Madden, and Call of Duty. I have lost a friend over NBA 2K. Funny story, actually. We were young. This was right after high school. Yeah, a little after high school. He came over. He brought NBA 2K, and he brought his controller, so that we could play 2 player. And we passed the stick between. Maybe I shouldn't use names. Let's not use names. My brother, me, uh, and the 2 friends. We'll call the friend. Let's call him Bob. His name is not Bob. Actually, that was the worst name to just give a a black male. Um, hmm, Nobody listens to me. You know what? I'll go with it. His name was Red. We called him Red. I'll go with Red. So we had me, my brother, Red, and a friend. I had a thing when I was a heavy sports watcher. I still do a little bit, but just not like a heavy sports watcher. Um, I would always pick the underdogs, which is why my favorite team is the Portland Trail Blazers in basketball. Well, I say that but I like my favorite player was Kobe Bryant, like ever. So I mean, I was like on the bandwagon with that. After he retired, I went to the Portland Trail Blazers, and my favorite football team is the Carolina Panthers. So like, I never cheer for anybody good. I like people who come from nothing, like I did, and try to work their way up, like I'm doing now. I guess it relates more to me than just jumping on whoever's winning at the moment. So with that being said, my there was a basketball player named Brandon Jennings who was on the Milwaukee Bucks, and I thought he was going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread when he came into the league. All my friends knew I was super heavy into Brandon Jennings. I really thought he was going to take the NBA by storm. What Steph Curry did to the NBA, I thought that was going to be Brandon Jennings, and I ended up being wrong. But I would pick the team with Brandon Jennings on it. And Red and everybody in that room were LeBron fans. So like they picked who was LeBron on? I want to say it was had to have been Miami. Miami, or when he went right back to Cleveland. When he went to Cleveland the second time. He was either in Cleveland the second time or he was on the Miami Heat. I can't it doesn't matter. I think it was the Miami Heat though. He picked the Miami Heat, and I just kept busted his ass with Brandon Jennings. And so he was talking while he was winning, because that's what we all do. Like our whole group is like, or was, like I said, I don't play any of this anymore. But at one point we were very, very like heavy shit talk while we're playing 2K or Madden. And he ended up talking a lot of shit. And I came back and was busting his ass with Brandon Jennings, and he didn't like what I had to say when I came back. So it turned into a whole thing. He ended up losing, and he had to pass the controller to somebody else, which is how it goes when you lose uh, the game. You got to pass it on to somebody else. Now, you know, the winner stays on, which was me, and the next person picks their team, and so me and this person's playing. He's still upset about uh, he was one of those people, and I have a few people like this in my life, which is kind of weird, that are like hardcore, like, you're not allowed to say anything bad about LeBron James. And it's just like, I don't care. I don't know this guy. I don't care if you say anything bad about Brandon Jennings because I don't know him personally. But he was upset that I was mocking him. Like, of course I wasn't like helping the situation. I was mocking him about LeBron getting his head busted by Brandon Jennings in a fake video game world. But he eventually got mad. He said, "You know what? Let me get my stuff and leave before it gets crucial in here." Which is the first time I thought it was going to be like, "All right, you're not gonna throw hand, you're not gonna swing on me. So I mean, you know, pause game. Whatever's about to happen is about to happen. We'll throw down over NBA 2K. I'm fine with it." This is, of course, much younger today. Not even close to a thing. But me and him have never been cool since that day. He grabbed his controller, he took the game out, and he left. And I've seen him a few times since then, and like spoke. But I mean, we've never really been cool again since that day. Not beef, not like problems. Like, it's not like, oh, when he sees me, we'd probably smile and shake hands or what's up, man. You know, it's not anything bad. It's just we've just never spoke the same since that day. Uh, so yeah, I think that's it as far as like a Madden and 2K were some heated conversations. Like, we got really heated about that, which is so dumb when you think about it. At 31 years old, you're just like, what the fuck were we doing? But at the time, just young kids who were so competitive in sports games. Whew, we had some like, we've said some foul things about each other. Um, but yeah, Cody, thank you for that. First time writer into the show. Thank you for that question. Let's jump over to Flint's, who says or asks, what makes a bad fork a bad fork? A fork has to have it, like the fork with the three. What do they call them? The three little ends on the whatever you want to call that. The pointy part of the fork. It needs to have more than three. That's weird. I also don't like a small fork. Give me like it doesn't need to be giant either. Just give me a regular size, a normal fork. Just keep it plain and simple. Silver. It doesn't need like, I don't want all the different designs. Like, I don't want to fill a design in the fork. Just give me a solid silver fork with the right amount of little pointy things, which I think is 4. I don't have a fork with me. I'm assuming it's 4. But like, yeah, we had some that were 3, and it was just, no, just give me a regular fork, please. Is that it? Look, I'm not an expert of forks at all, but I do have a weird thing about silverware. Not like, I've met some people who have a like hardcore thing about silverware. I'm not that deep into it, but I don't like giant spoons or anything like that. Like, I just like a regular size silverware. My butter knives, my forks, my spoons. I don't want like any engraving designs on them. Just keep it plain and simple. I hate, the only thing I would say I'm strongly against is anything small. I hate small spoons. I hate small forks. Like, when I'm eating cereal, and we used to have like the only spoon we would have, because you know, like, you could buy the pack of spoons that come with like the small ones, the medium ones, the large ones. My mom would do that. Uh, Anytime that the only spoon there was a small one, I hated it. I just feel like I'm picking up 3 Cocoa Puffs with this spoon at a time. It's taking too long. I just want to devour my meal like a maniac. But yeah, I'm not as strong into this as some people are. I've met some people who are very serious about the silverware situation. I'm not. I'm fine. But if I were to think about something really weird, just don't give me a small fork, and don't give me one with the 3 pointy things. I need to know what that's called, because the 3 pointy things sounds wild. Thank you for that, Flint. Uh, let's jump to Chibi. Would you rather lose all your memories or never be able to make new ones? I'd rather never be able to make new ones. And I'll say this and get out of it. as somebody who's came from nothing, like Guns Point, Guns Point area in Houston, Texas, growing up poor, having nothing, uh, getting older, becoming homeless for a year and a half, sleeping out of a car. I'm proud of where I am today, and those moments like drive me to work hard and to stay where I'm at today. You know, like I said, I was sleeping in a car to I have an apartment with my very own game room in it. Like I'm proud of those moments, and those are moments I would never want to lose. Like anytime I start feeling like I can't do something, I think about those times and I grind harder. The YouTube content comes out more and more. The Twitch streams are more consistent. I start thinking about how I never want to go back to that, and those moments keep me humble, and they keep me focused, and they make me grind really hard because I never want to go back to that. I never want to sleep in a car again in the middle of December, freezing cold, toes frozen solid, walking around the mall. The only time you're eating is when you're getting samples from the pretzel place, and you got to do it every shift change because you can't keep walking up asking the same person for a sample. I'm so proud of where I am today. I would never want to lose those memories. So I'd be more down for never being able to make a new one. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna go that one. That was a deep question. I appreciate that. That was a deep question. We usually do like a lot of jokey jokes. That was a good one. Chibi also asks, "Do you feel older or younger than your age?" I feel older. I really feel and look older than my age. And maybe people wouldn't agree with the look part. I feel I do. When I look in the mirror, like up close, I'm just looking at myself. Like sometimes it's hard to grasp. Like look at what the fuck I look like. And if you've got to 30, you may know what I'm talking about, but you're just like, you look at a picture of you when you were 25 or something, or even like it feels like at 29, you still looked very young, and you hit 30, and you're just like, I have a grown person's fucking face, and it's freaking me out. um, I feel that way when I look in the mirror. Now, as far as how I feel, 1000%, I feel over 30. I'm not near as healthy as I should be. Uh, I eat well at times, and then I have just times of terrible eating. Like I'm so inconsistent with it. Like sometimes I can get on my grind and I'm eating good and I feel good. And then other times I'm having Pop Tarts for dinner and then making homemade popcorn and drinking a soda, even though like I don't even drink sodas very often. Like it's so rare when I have a soda. But then every once in a while when I'm in that moment of just eating bad, it's just like, oh yeah, I'll have a Sprite on top of everything else that I'm doing terribly. Then I'm gonna wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and just be half awake and half sleep and just running through a box of Cheez-Its in the kitchen. Like it's so weird. And because I eat like that and I don't work out the way that I should, um, yeah, my body feels every bit of it. I also work on an assembly line, so my back hurts like shit every day. So yeah, my body it 1000% feels worn down. And in my own opinion, I feel like I look older than 31. But I'm kind of curious what people think. I may ask some of my friends, which is always hard to do because they're never going to tell you the truth. But no. I feel I look older than 31. Okay, thank you for that, Chibi. Let's jump to Mailman, who said, if there was one game you could wipe off the face of the earth, what game would it be and why? Ooh, wipe off the face of the earth, a game. My obvious answer, I'll try to come up with another one. My obvious answer would be Call of Duty. I hate Call of Duty. Like everything about it. I hate it so much. I'm not into I'm not into military things. Like as far as like entertainment, I'm not into like military movies. I'm not into military games. The whole like camouflage and ducking down in the grass with face paint camo and oh yeah, I got my gun. I'm gonna shoot some shit. Yeah, like I don't know. It's just never appealed to me. Once again, of course, I'm not speaking to the real military. Respect to everybody who who serves for our country and puts her life at risk to make sure that we're safe. I'm not speaking on anything real life military things, just for entertainment things. I'm just like, military movies have always bored me. Like, I don't know. I remember my brother took me to see a movie. I don't even remember what this was, but it was like a few years ago. It was so random. He was like, let's go to the movies. I didn't ask what we were going to watch. We got there. He was paying for everything. So I was like, I don't care. It's fine. It ended up being one of those movies about World War II. And I was just like, yeah, I don't care about any of this. I'm so bored. Like, I don't know. It just yeah, I'm trying to think of one other than Call of Duty, because I shit on Call of Duty so much. I feel like that's too obvious. I'm trying to get the entire Call of Duty franchise, I would say, all of them. Outside of that, let me try to come up with one more. I'm so easy to please in entertainment. So like when I don't like something, I like really don't like it. And there's not a lot of games that I don't like. What would I wipe off the face of the earth? This is rough. I'm trying to think if there's a game that I played recently that I wasn't that into, but I don't. Hmm. I have a game that I don't like. I wouldn't use it for this segment though. I was gonna say, like, I don't like Final Fantasy 9. I don't think I would wipe it off the face of the earth, but I'm not a fan of it. Oh no, I'm not gonna count that. I wouldn't wipe it off the face of the earth. I'd put that in a whole different category. Just maybe games that other people like that I don't like or something. Like if that ever gets asked, I wouldn't wipe it off the face of the earth. Uh, is it just Call of Duty? This is how easy I am to please. I'm thinking I don't care about Halo. I don't think I would wipe it off the face of the earth. You know what? Okay, here's another one. It's not gonna be that controversial of a pick. But Redfall is what Xbox just came out with. That was looked so terrible. I'd wipe that off the face of the earth. Yeah. Sonic 2006. Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 that had Princess Elise in it. I used to love that game as a kid when I didn't know anything about video games. I just loved it because it was Sonic. I watched somebody recently play it. That game is god awful and should have never existed. If you've never watched Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, if you've never watched it, like watch somebody play it or played it yourself, go look at a YouTube video of it. It is god awful. Let's go with that. So I'll give you the entire Call of Duty franchise: Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, and that's it. Redfall. Yeah, we'll throw Redfall in there. We'll go with those. Um, all right. Well, Mailman has one more. You can only watch Disney or Pixar movies for the rest of your life. Which one would you go with? Easy for me, Pixar. I never cared about Disney. I was never a Disney guy. Pixar, you got Toy Story, you got Monsters Inc., you got Finding Nemo, like just straight classics, man. Like um Cars. I never watched Finding Dory, but I know that's on there. You got The Incredibles. Did I say Toy Story already? I used to love A Bug's Life. A Bug's Life is Pixar. Um, yeah, I'm going easily Pixar. I'm not I'm not a Disney guy at all. Like there's not really anything on Disney that I'm super hype about. Even today, like I'm not a Marvel fan, so I don't care about Disney's Marvel stuff that they put out. I'm not a Star Wars fan at all, so I don't care anything about the Star Wars stuff. Uh their animated films, I'm trying to think if there's even a Disney film like I never cared about like Beauty and the Beast or Cinderella or Snow White or what else? Like I don't know. I'm not a Disney guy. I'm just not a Disney guy. So Pixar 1000%. Let me make sure I didn't get any of your questions. Oh, I will say back to your other question about which one I would wipe off the face of the earth. You said and why? Call of Duty. Oh no, I answered that. Okay, never mind. Yeah. We're good. We're good. Mailman, thank you for that question. Let's jump to C Tom. What 5 Dragon Ball Z characters can you throw hands with? Krillin. Right off the bat, Krillin. I'm whooping Krillin. I'm whooping Krillin's ass. Yamcha, Krillin and Yamcha. Yeah, they can. I could beat them down. Um, hmm. Ooh, Tien. Tien was my favorite when I was a kid. I'd whoop Tien's ass. S3. I mean, you can almost say everybody because Dragon Ball Z has such shit character progression. Everybody's good for like whatever arc that they're popular in, and then they're just straight trash after that. I gave three: Yamcha, Krillin, Tien, uh, Hercules. Was that it? Hercule or Hercules, whatever his name was. I'm whooping his ass. That's four. One more. After the way Frieza got his ass whooped in that last movie he was in, Goku and Vegeta beat the brakes off of him that entire movie. I'm gonna go Frieza now too. Now early Frieza, that'd be a problem. But when that, I forgot what that movie was called, but was it just Frieza's Return or something? I don't know. They made a whole thing about Frieza coming back. Oh my god, they put hands and feet on Frieza that entire movie. So I'm gonna go Frieza too. So then we go Krillin, Tien, Frieza, Hercule, Yamcha. There you go. There's five. Thank you for that, C Tom. Let's jump to Drake, who said, "What animes are you into at the moment?" Oh, okay, hold on, because I forgot the name of this. Let me look. Somebody in the Discord put me up on one that I just started, and I'm only one episode in, and it looks like it's gonna be pretty good. Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen. I hope I said that right. I'm watching that. I'm also watching My Hero, and I really, really like it. Attack on Titan, I need to catch up on. Demon Slayer is really good. I need to watch season 2 though, but season 1 of Demon Slayer was really good. Tokyo Ghoul, though I fell off of it, I haven't watched it in a while. Is it Black Clover? I may be saying this wrong. I can't think. Damn, I can't think of what this was. Black Lagoon. Black Lagoon. That's what I was thinking of. Black Lagoon is probably my favorite anime at the moment. So like that I'm watching. It's not my favorite anime of all time. My favorite anime that I'm watching is probably Black Lagoon. I really like it. Is there anything else? One Piece. I just watch One Piece when I can. Like I'm not really trying to catch up to today, but it's just kind of like, all right, every once in a while, just go on a little One Piece binge and do that. Naruto, Hunter x Hunter. I'm not watching Hunter x Hunter at the moment. That's just one of my favorite animes ever. But yeah, I got a lot of animes. I'm so far behind though because I'm so busy with content and playing video games and networking and things like that like I don't have a lot of time to sit and watch anime. But when I do, like I just binge watch the shit out of anime. Like I'll sit down and watch like 20 episodes of My Hero in a day if I've got the time. Like if I'm all caught up. So it's not as often that I get to anime, but when I do, I usually binge watch it. Thank you for that, Drake. Let's jump to P. Stevie, who says, "Does a bat fart?" I don't know. Why would I know that? Let's run our Googles so we can answer this question for P. Stevie. I don't know. Okay, when you put in "does a bat lay eggs?" This is the top the top searches on Google. Does a bat lay eggs? Does a bat have a tail? Does a bat have fur? Does a bat bite hurt? Does a bat have a backbone? Does a bat bite itch? Does a bat hibernate? I feel like that one's pretty easy. Does a bat have a penis? Does a bat have feathers? Oh, what? And does a bat have eyes? Okay. Well, you know what? We're going to go with, does a bat fart? The answer is scientists don't know for sure if bats fart. They have the right bacteria in their digestive system to be able to produce the gas that leads to farts, but their digestion is fairly rapid, so there may not be enough time for farts to build up. Be Stevie with the question of the night. Well, there you have it. I mean, we don't know if they fart, but they have what it takes to fart. Like, I don't know. That's so weird to think. Now I'm just thinking about all the different animals. Like, do snakes fart? I want to know. Does a snake fart? Let's see. Uh, I'm not seeing anything that looks like it could be like a legit. Like, I'm seeing things that say yes, but it's like, who are these sources? Just somebody on Reddit answering the question. All right, we're getting off track here. But yeah, we don't know if bats fart. That may be the question that can, the rest of our lives, we're gonna know whether aliens are real or not. That's kind of happening. But one thing we're gonna go the rest of our lives without ever knowing is if a bat can fart. So think about that for a little bit. Let's jump to um. We got two more. We'll go Zane and then we'll end on Drake. Zane wants to know, I've seen through social media that you have been working on building your game room. What are some of the things you want to add to it? Oh, so okay. I either one. I'm not gonna do all three. And maybe there's a chance that over time I get all three, but at the moment I'm trying to decide, do I want a foosball table? Um an arcade machine, a pool table. Yeah, those three. A foosball table, pool table, or like an arcade thing, um like an arcade game, like a Pac-Man arcade game or something that I can put in here. I'm really kind of leaning towards the pool table, but those are my big ones right now that I'm just like, okay, I need to decide out of those which one that I want. Uh, if I get a pool table, it'll probably go right there on that wall by the Tupac and Snoop Dogg poster, like right underneath it. I was thinking about maybe putting a pool table there. If I got an arcade machine, it can go right on this side of my computer. It's a little area there. Uh, and if I did foosball, it'd be right there too. Um, I'm on that. I also need a trash can for the office, but I want something with either like an anime or a video game character on it. Maybe something like a Donkey Kong one or something would be pretty cool. Um, and then I still want to get some more lights to run around the room, like some colored lights. Like I have light bulbs that turn different colors, and I have one of those little galaxy things you could turn on, and it like does like a galaxy theme color thing on your walls. So it's like purple and blue, and you can turn the lights different colors, and it's like a whole cool effect. But I want to get like the strip of lights to run across the walls. Um, Maybe some neon signs. I got a really cool Mario rug, from um, oh, what is it? Super Mario 3. Super Mario 3, I believe. It's the one where he's got like the raccoon tail or a fox. I think it's a raccoon though, like a raccoon tail in the ears, and he's like jumping. And I got that on a rug. It's before you come in the door, it's out there. Um, and then other than that, just like a bunch of little collectibles, more paintings, uh, like anime and video game paintings, posters, just different collectibles and things like that to put around the room. Right now, like this right here, you can't see all that well, but it's a Zelda. It's becoming like a Zelda stand. So I have like the Nintendo 64. That light, when I turn it on right there, it turns green. I have the Switch cover. It's a Breath of the Wild Switch cover. And then I also have Zelda Monopoly. And I need some Zelda figures. And I also want like a classic Zelda game to put in this Nintendo 64, like just to sit in there. I think that'd be pretty cool too. About to say another question is gonna be, can I get that to stay like it was? Okay. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I got a few things. I'm kind of just shopping around and looking, and then just kind of like I have ideas of what I want, but like I'm just kind of looking and being like, oh, okay, that would be kind of cool, and just add it. Like I didn't know I was gonna get that welcome rug, from the Super Mario thing, but I saw it and I was just like, yeah, I gotta have this. Okay. Thank you for that, Zane. We'll go to our final question of the night, and it's from Breed. Oh, I said Drake earlier. I'm sorry. We read Drake's. The last question goes to Breed. What's the most boring game you've ever played? Okay, so I was talking about Final Fantasy IX earlier about how I wouldn't throw it away to never exist. I would put Final Fantasy IX in one of the most boring games I ever played. Uh, when I first played Stray, I felt like it was boring. Now I've played it. I've beat that game 3 times now, and I enjoy it way more the last 2 times. But the first time I ever played Stray, I was just kind of like, I'm kind of bored. Just with Stray being like this world where there's robots, but they don't like verbally speak to you, and uh, it's just. I mean, they do. It's in a different language, but you're mostly just kind of wandering around by yourself for the most part, and you have this little robot B12 who like says something every once in a while, but it just feels kind of lonely and just boring for a lot of it. My first playthrough, the second playthrough, I enjoyed it way more, and then I was like, I like this so much, I'm gonna play it a third time, and I played it 3 times, beat it 3 times. I love that game way more, but just so I guess that doesn't technically answer the question, but I mean, the first time I played it, I thought it was pretty boring, and I ended up being wrong. Look, guys, my gaming opinions are shit. I'm wrong a lot, okay? Like, never go to me for video game uh, opinions. I'm just answering the question truthfully. Most people love Final Fantasy 9, so I would never get on here and say, "Yo, it's a shit game. Nobody played. It's boring as shit." I'm the only person I know who got bored playing Final Fantasy 9. Like, I catch shit for it all the time. I can't force myself to enjoy it the way people do, but I mean, most people recommend it, so I'm like clearly in by myself in that. I'd be wrong a lot, y'all. What else did I get really bored in? Mm, like I said, y'all, I'm very easily entertained. I can't think of very many games that I played and I was just against it or bored. Um, mm, I wish I had more to like. So tough. I don't know if I have another one right now. I'd have to really think on it. I'm just so easily like people who know me know I'm just super easy to entertain. Like movies and shows. I like almost anything that I look at because I don't go into it with with the critique that a lot of critics go into things with. I'm kind of like, oh, okay, I like this character so much that if I'm excited about this character or I'm excited about something in something, like I could focus so much on the good in things that I like Diablo. I mean, it sounds like a terrible example because everybody loved Diablo, but when season 2 came out, I didn't hate it like everybody else hated it. I was just kind of like, oh, okay, I see what people are mad about, but I'm still having a lot of fun in this game. Like a lot of people got bored with Diablo season 2. I didn't. I still love getting in there and killing shit. Like I have a great time in Diablo 2. I just don't have anything bad to say about it. Um, I'm just so easily entertained. You know my if you've ever followed me on Twitch, you know this about me. It's one of the things I've repeated a million times anytime we talk about these type of subjects. But my go-to example is the first Suicide Squad movie is one of my favorite movies ever. Like I love it. I laugh every time I watch it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was good. Like I genuinely enjoyed the Suicide Squad movie, the first one. And the second. The second one was really good too, but the first one is one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm thoroughly entertained by it. And everybody hates that movie. Like they treat it like it's one of the worst things that has ever came out in cinema, and it's one of my personal favorites. So like I don't know. That's why I don't give a lot of opinions on anything involving entertainment. I just like either have a good time or I'm not having a good time. But more times than not, I'm having a good time. Um, I don't want to keep shitting on Call of Duty. I played Call of Duty and got bored. I played Halo 1 and got bored of Halo 1. Like I'm not a big Halo guy. I've never been that into Halo. I played it. My brother had Halo. I played a little bit of it with him, and it was just kind of like okay, I don't really care, and I never played Halo again. Sounds like something's about to break over there. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't have a lot, but I gave you a controversial one, the Final Fantasy 9. That usually uh, makes a lot of people pretty angry at me. So there you go. There's a controversial one. But thank you all for your questions. We ran a little longer today. We had more questions, so I appreciate that. Once again, if you have a question that you want to throw in there, put them down in the comments. I'll read them next week. But with that, I am going to escape up out of here. Excuse me, escape up out of here. And I will see you all next week. Hopefully with Pink Radiohead. We'll see how she's feeling. We'll see what she's got going on. But thank you again. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to hang out with me live on Twitch, I'm on twitch.tv/Anthony Streams. So go check that out. Drop a follow there. You'll have a great time. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And hey, have have a good rest of your day. I wasn't prepared. Okay. Love y'all. Goodbye.